Sweep. Sweep. Phillies, no wins at Citi Field in almost a full calendar year. The Mets own that ass. They own that ass in Citi Field. The Phillies got nothing, and they absolutely beat the piss out of them mentally, physically, emotionally. It's back. The NL East is back on. We got 4 games against the Phillies next week. We got this Marlins series coming up. Keep playing good baseball, and wild card is not enough. We can go out and get that NL East from the Phillies, which is that's where I've got my eyes set on. I am so 175% back in on this team. They showed up this series, absolutely dominated the Phillies, and it was phenomenal, start to finish, with a little Ryan Helsley drama in between. But everything else was awesome this series. We're going to talk about it as always. Was in the ballpark for all 3 games. Couldn't miss this. Must watch baseball. You guys know the drill, though. Make sure you're following us over on our social media at Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Mets'd up over there. If you're listening to us, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, drop us a rating, drop us a review, download, and subscribe. And, of course, for the YouTube viewers out there, if you're watching this on YouTube, go subscribe. Hit that subscribe button right now. It does really help out what we do over here. We appreciate all of you. James, you weren't here Wednesday night, but you were there Monday, Tuesday. Pretty fucking electric, right?
Incredible. I was upset just to not even be there on Wednesday, but being able to watch the Nolan McLean dominance and mastery from the beautiful view of television, listening to Gary, Keith, and Ron just pontificate about what they're watching on the mound. This was a special series by the Mets. We've been saying for the last few weeks, as you guys have so eloquently told us in the YouTube comments, that we go completely bipolar every single week with this team. Because how could we not? Like, you've seen this team play. But we said defiantly that we needed this team to show us that they were back, they were ready, that they had to kind of regain our trust in a serious way. And these back-to-back series against the Braves and the Phillies, especially the way they just completely trounced this Phillies team in a way to literally get them back in the NL East, like you said at the top, like this is the proof we needed. And now it feels a lot different as we're about to head into September.
Yeah, especially shout out the Dodgers for helping us out, sweeping the Reds as well. So that's just like what a double positive for the Mets to gain 3 games on the Phillies, 3 games on the Reds. We now sit 4.5 up on the National League wild card for the last spot, and we're 4 back of the Phillies. It is a great spot for the Mets to be. Could be better. Wish it was. They had opportunities, but now we're here, and they're playing good baseball. And start to finish, the hitting's been great. The pitching's been great. Runs' scoring position has been great. The only complaint I literally have is Ryan Helsley. Otherwise, everything else has been really good. Mendoza did a great job managing this game as well. Like, things just feel like they're finally starting to click with this team again.
Very much starting to click, and click in a big way. And I do think, again, you were at the ballpark, so you couldn't hear Gary, Keith, and Ron. A lot of this resurgence, you can point directly to Nolan McLean.
Yes.
Oddly enough, as a rookie starting pitcher who's only been on this team for 11 days now, 12 days when you guys are listening to this.
I would honestly, I want to interject, I would point a lot of this to Frankie Pepper's Bolognese, because we know the Bolognese is hot.
The Bolognese is hot. Shout out to you guys. We've got like 9 or 10 Bolognese pictures sent into us.
Trust the sauce. I think this is the shot. If we see it in the comment section or you tweet at us, we'll make the Trust the Sauce shirts ready for the postseason.
Absolutely. And again, if you guys want to know how to make bolognese, 2 episodes ago, we pinned it in the YouTube comments, and it's pinned, I think, on Frankie Pepper's Twitter right now. And if not, I'll send him a text, so we pinned it going forward for you guys. But it's just, it is night and day. Like, it was probably very annoying through those horrible months of June, July, when we were talking about the hitting and the runs and scoring position stuff and kind of harping on the Mets' approach and being like, while it's not good right now, there's no way it can stay this bad for this long. And now we're at the point where since July 1st, the Mets are the second best team with their batting average, runners to scoring position on the year. On the entire season, do you know where we're at, runners to scoring position, WRC plus wise?
In terms of like where we rank in the league or what the number is?
We're both.
I'm going to say the number is going to be 103 WRC plus, and I'm going to say we are 17th in baseball.
It is 112.
Whoa.
That was before the game on Wednesday, in a game where we went 5 for 8 runs in scoring position. And that's 4th. So we might be first, second, or third of every team in baseball in the 2025 season with our WRC plus runs in scoring position. And with that, the batting average is up, the OPS is up. Like, we are, all of the process things, again, we're probably so annoying to hear. I understand that. Put our hand up for that. It's now just avalanched in a massive way. And it seems like for a week straight, we've gotten almost every single timely hit.
I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I never doubted Eric Chavez and Jeremy Barnes. I knew that those were the guys that should be in charge. Never doubted them for a second. I knew Eric Chavez was right.
100%.
Chavez was right. Barnes was right. We always showed them the utmost respect on this show. So I'm just glad that we were on the right side of history with that one.
Absolutely. And again, to be tongue in cheek, I think there were so many like tiny little moments in that bat in these games specifically where you could feel like the things that we've talked about, the process come about in a huge way. My favorite, if we just want to talk about some of our favorite big hits from the series.
Yeah.
The Pete Alonso double to take the lead off of Ryan Kerkering in the 5th inning of Tuesday's game. We were talking about like kind of lamenting the fact that Kerkering was coming in to face Alonso because he's kind of had his number in the past, and we know he just has the nasty sweeper and the good sinker to work off that. And we kind of expected Pete, the way he's been going over the last 2 months, basically to chase a sweeper, put himself in the hole, and kind of not have a good at bat again with 1 out and a guy in scoring position. Pete gets that really tough sweeper the first pitch, spits on it, an inch off the edge. Next pitch, he gets a sinker on his hands, and he just yanks it right into the gap for a double. Or that was opposite field for a double. No, yeah, he put in the left center gap for a double. And you take the lead on that. Citi Field goes into a fucking raucous. And that was just a moment where I was like, oh, wow. That was an executed plan that definitely someone came to the plate knowing what the pitcher was going to do to them. They do it. You're ready for it. And then you attack it.
And I know the Mets got a lot of singles in these moments, too, but I do feel like the Mets were hitting the ball hard. It wasn't like trying to just flick the ball to opposite field for a single. I know we got a couple, like Brett Beatty did kind of get lucky with that bloop, but sometimes we need that. Sometimes you have to have that. That's baseball. Like, we have been getting that against us so much, so it's nice to see that hit drive. But, like, I know a lot of people are making fun of me because Brandon Nimmo walk-off hit to left center field, but he smoked the baseball. I just want you hitting the ball hard. The reason we say pull so much is because you hit the ball harder, and you've heard Daniel Murphy on this podcast even talk about pull the ball over the infielders. You only got one guy to beat. You got to beat that right fielder if you're a left-handed batter. So that's why we talk about it. But if you hit the baseball hard, regardless of where you hit it, you have a very good chance to get a hit. It's the quality of contact, and the Mets right now are making high quality of contact.
And on the flip side of that, also continuing to channel Murph, it's this idea that this team, I think, has gotten a lot better recently at playing the scoreboard, understanding the situation, doing what you have to do. And I oddly think a lot of that has kind of trickled down from Starling Marte, who I just can't believe how
good he's been.
How good he's been, how important he's been, how loose he's kept everybody.
I never doubted my king. I loved when we signed him, and then I let a little of you creep in, a little bit of you, because you've been a little anti-Marte at times.
I have.
I let it creep in.
Openly.
I doubted my boy, and he proved me wrong, and shout out Starling Marte, because this team is nowhere without him this year, and I didn't think that was possible.
No, it's different. Juan Soto had some great quotes about Marte after the game, about like how loose he's kept the guys, how much of a leader he's been, how if anybody has something to talk about, like Marte's been the guy to kind of absorb all that. It's ridiculous how important he's been to this team. Another huge hand up, how wrong it was. That was the most wrong I've ever been about anything in my life. Private life, personal life, baseball life. It's not even close. It's about how important Starling Marte is to this team, because I don't even know where they are without him.
He's just playing really good baseball, and hitting him 3 to this day still feels bananas, but it's working, so who cares? Like, I don't care. As long as things work, who gives a shit if it's the right way? Who gives a shit if it's the proper way or the analytical thinking way or whatever it is? Like, Pete Alonso clearly has to hit 4th. There's something mentally in Pete's head where when he hits 4th, he plays better, because when you hit Starling Marte 3rd, Pete 4th, he gets 4 hits in the game.
And Pete also had a good game on Wednesday, still hitting 3rd. Like, he hit the ball hard a few times. Wasn't like the best game. Wasn't like what he was able to do on Tuesday. But like, it's the click right now with this lineup is the thing that we've kind of just been waiting for and somewhat hoping for the whole year. It's a good lesson for all of us that sometimes you don't have to see something to know it's actually possible, because we knew how good these guys were, and everything that they said and we commented on did feel like bullshit the whole time. But at this point, like, you kind of look back and applaud the confidence these guys were able to maintain in themselves, that they did know that they had the ability to like cause this avalanche at some point. And now that it's here, if you can sustain this kind of bats, like, I know that Francisco Alvarez got hit on the hand again by a pitch. We're waiting for confirmation on that. But then we saw Jesse Winker in a rehab game too. Like, Mark Vientos just absolutely plastering the ball, especially against lefties. Brett Beatty hitting well. Brandon Nimmo giving huge props to Beatty after his walk-off hit on Tuesday. It's like, it's a deep, complete lineup right now, more so than this felt at any point this season.
Shout out Mark Vientos. He's been playing so well. I know. Shout out the intern for posting the picture of Vientos with his lady friend. But like, since he got that lady friend, the guy's been on absolute fire. Now take that for what it is. Whatever the confidence that he currently has right now is exactly what we saw last year. And a weird thing that he's doing, that maybe this is just the version of Mark Vientos, and sometimes this is a detriment to players. We've seen guys in the past, I'm not comparing Mark Vientos to Joey Votto by any means, but we've seen Joey Votto at times get way, way, way too passive, to an extreme level. Vientos is not walking at all. He's not walking at all.
Or striking out.
Or striking out because he's putting the ball in play. He's being aggressive on pitches in the zone. He's attacking. He's taking really good at bats. And maybe that's just the player he needs to be, a guy who is going to be aggressive at the plate, swing, make contact, put the ball in play. And I'm cool with it because this version of Vientos is what we saw last year. He's hitting the ball with authority. He's pulling the baseball in the air, which we love to see. He's been hitting some bombs of home runs. And when the pitches are on the outside part of the zone, he's able to take it the other way to get those hits deep into counts when he's behind.
I think that's the coolest thing about what he's done. It seems like every single time he's gotten one of these big hits, he's gone with the pitch. It seems like there's probably a lot of coaching that happened with Vientos. And the things that we've been critical of him for in the past, again, not walking enough, striking out a bit too much, needing to pull the baseball more. Sometimes you kind of just have to be yourself. I think that's probably the most important thing with coaching, with athletes, with people, with everything in the world. And like that at-bat that he had against Taijuan Walker in the 5th inning for that insurance run to make it 4-0. That was, I think, one of like the at-bats that really just should inspire us about what he could be the rest of the season, because he saw 4 pitches now at bat. 2 in the strike zone, 2 out of the strike zone. The two out of the strike zone, he did not swing. The 2 in the strike zone, he swung at. And that sinker that he eventually hit directly back through the box, up the middle, that Taijuan Walker almost let break his hand on the way through.
Which was insane.
Yeah, it's just he perfectly stuck with and went that pitch. He had the great opposite field hit in the game before. He pulled the home run off the lefty late in the game on Wednesday. Now he's a .400 batting average against lefties with 7 extra base hits, or 6 extra base hits since August 1st when the lady friend appeared on his Instagram story. It's just every single little thing he's doing right in such a magnificent way right now. And can I give you some WRC pluses and OPSs with runners in scoring position for the Mets?
Sure. Let me just chime in with a little Vientos thing, by the way, because you guys know I love to look at where guys stand in the box. Vientos has made an adjustment in the month of August. There is an adjustment. He's further back in the box than he's been this year. He's closer to the plate, which is an interesting one. Further back in the box, closer to the plate. But the big one is that he has made his feet a lot closer together right now. He's not as wide as he was. There's about 1.5 inches difference. And I will tell you, while the other ones are minuscule and maybe not something that's a true, like, actual thought process of where he's standing in the box, the difference between the distances in his feet is something. There is clearly an adjustment that was made balance-wise, seeing the pitch, whatever it is.
And, yeah, that's a great thing. I also wrote about Starling Marte from NBC Sports in my weekly article on Tuesday. In the past week, he's had his 4 hardest hit pulled fly balls of the season. On 3 of those pulled fly balls, it was his 3 fastest swing on any pulled fly balls he's had this entire season. And his bat speed has trended up. It was around 70 miles per hour through April and May. He got it up over 72 right before he hurt his hamstring and only 30 swings in June. And then since July began, it was 71.5, and right now it's about 72. And last year, he was right there, just a hair under 72 miles per hour in his bat speed. So a lot of things.
Vientos, too. Bat speed up as well.
I'm talking about Vientos.
Oh, you said Marte.
Oh, I meant Vientos. My bad on that. But that is all of that coming together. We're seeing a lot of the similarities with the guy from last year. So while we were very critical of Vientos, and you guys have really destroyed us on Twitter for being critical of Vientos, we're seeing material change, and he's responding to it. And now I'm absolutely ready to play him every single day because he's hitting. Listen,
Haters fuel people sometimes. Maybe we're inspired Mark Vientos to be like, fuck these guys. I'll show them I'm good still.
So I'm going to give you some Mets OPSs, runners in scoring position, since July 1st. Ready for these?
I'm ready for it.
So the 2 guys who are still kind of bringing up the rear but still playing pretty well, Pete Alonso and Brandon Nimmo, both 731 exactly, heading into the game on Wednesday, 731.
It's about league average.
Francisco Lindor, 812. Mark Vientos, 813. Brett Beatty, 819. Juan Soto, 850. Could you guys believe that? I can't believe that Juan Soto is really good runners in scoring position. I just can't believe how that's possible. And then, want to know the big one? Starling Marte, 1,000. With a 360 batting average, runs in scoring position since July 1st.
It helps. It helps a lot. This is one of the few times where it's like batting average with runners in scoring position. It is important.
It is important. And it's important. It's important in the way that the results wind up. But it's not important about the way that things could go in the future. And that was kind of the point we always tried to make. And that whole thing of like, these guys are good hitters, they have to hit good. And that's kind of the spot we've gone to now. It feels like every guy in this team is just taking great at-bats, great hacks. It's not... Dude, it really feels like when these pitchers have to get through this lineup, besides for Hayden Sanger, there's not a weak spot. And then Luis Torrens had a great series as well.
Luis Torrens, and as much as Hayden Sanger can't hit, and that's probably never going to change, he's been getting sac flies, he's been laying down bunts, he's been doing his job as the 9-hitter. They've been treating him kind of like the pitcher, and it's been working out. He had a great bunt single where Taijuan jumped off the mound and completely missed the ball. I don't know how he missed it. I don't know what it looked like on TV. But at the game, it was like, what in the world just happened? Do his job. Get on base like that. Make little plays. He doesn't need to be the impact bat. He's just got to turn the lineup over.
Is it time for the Nolan McLean Power Hour.
Yeah, let's please talk about this kid because holy shit. So shout out my best friend Alex. Came to his first Mets game of the year. What a game for him to pick. We got through like the 7 innings because Nolan McLean had like 60 pitches through the first 7. And he's like, this game's going fast. I'm like, you asshole, you son, you dick. Why did you say that? And he had a big smile. He's like, you see how this guy's pitching? He's like, this guy's amazing. He's so good. He is noticeably amazing. To someone who doesn't watch baseball like we do, you can just watch him pitch and go, he's a little bit different than what the Mets have been having.
He is. He was surgical for the second start in a row. It is funny how he pitched in that first game against the Mariners, where it was just breaking balls in like a shocking way and getting through guys, because now this is the pitcher that was a little bit more advertised, where it's just the nasty sinker sweeper. And then against the lefties, it's just everything we got against them. But it worked so unbelievably well. He only faced 1 3-ball count in this game until there were 2 outs in the 7th inning. He was perfect. Not perfect. He faced the minimum through this first 6 2/3 innings as well.
And he threw, I think, 28 pitches, which is technically like 3 immaculate innings. I know it's not, but technically it is.
But it's over and over and over again. He was executing every single pitch against every single batter. That curveball he broke off against Harper, and that was at the 4th inning. The way he got both of those guys, Harper and Schwarber, curveballs and colors in the 1st inning. It felt easy, man. It felt easy. He threw all 6 of his pitches in this game: the sweeper, the sinker, the curve, the fastball, the changeup, and the cutter. All 6 forced multiple swings and misses. Like, that Seth Lugo, Yu Darvish type of deep arsenal shit. And this is his 3rd career start. Even getting into that situation, trusting, first of all, Mendoza trusting him for the 8th inning, I thought was a great call. I honestly thought there was a chance he was going to come back out for the 9th.
I like that he didn't come out for the 9th. I actually really liked he didn't.
But the fact that there were 1st and 3rd with nobody out, got to trouble for the first time, kind of as a pro, basically, since like the 4th, since he made the behind the back play against the Mariners, and he just toughed up hard and got 2 weak fly balls and jump off the mound and made a great play to end that 8th inning. And I was just like, the fucking poise on a kid in his 3rd start against the biggest rival with 2 guys on, no outs in the 8th inning of a Major League Baseball game.
Yeah, shout out Alec Bohm for being, so fucking slow, because
Can't believe we haven't talked about Bohm yet.
Yeah, I mean, we'll talk about him in a second a little bit more, but like the fact that he's one of the slowest players in baseball was huge as well. Shout out him for being such a stud over there at 3rd base. He couldn't tag up on either of those balls. He would have been hosed on the Soto one. Nimmo has a bad arm. But he could have it would have been kind of close if they sent him on that. But you couldn't, because he's a horrible athlete and he can't move. He's got heavy feet. He's running with cement issues. But, like, it was just that moment, him being able to get through there, like you said, to show that poise, to show that confidence, to show that calmness. There's a quiet confidence with Nolan McLean where he just walks out on the mound. He's like, I'm good. I got all the pitches and try to hit them. He attacked the batters today, like you mentioned, didn't get behind at all almost in this game. He's awesome. He is must-watch television, and I'm getting, like, silly excited about what this guy could look like for the future.
Gary, Keith, and Ron mentioned Matt Harvey's name multiple times.
I mean, you could mention him. You could mention a lot of great Mets pitchers. He's doing some stuff that you don't see often.
It's the feeling, too, of the fact that there were expectations, and he's very quickly delivering in a magnificent way in a pressure-packed situation. And again, he's doing it with so many different weapons. 6 different pitches he threw against lefties in this game. He threw all 6 between 13 and 20 times.
It's crazy.
That's a disgusting depth of repertoire. Like, I don't even know how to, what accolade to give that. Like, that is, literally,
good.
Like, you did this Yu Darvish, Seth Lugo shit, and they didn't have that when they were 24 years old. That came with time. It's like this wide of an arsenal with this ability to spin the ball, and we can still see that the command for Nolan McLean does go in and out. Like, you could feel that because he feels like he's just such a good athlete. It feels like he's so strong that sometimes, especially it was in that 7th inning when he let the single go through, it was his first time pitching out of the stretch basically the whole game. So I think he threw 1 pitch out of the stretch before getting that double play when Bohm got the single in the 2nd or 3rd, whenever that was. And he lost his command a little bit, and CB Buckner bailed him out. Not sure if you could see it on TV.
Couldn't tell.
It was a 3-0 fastball or sinker, whatever it was. He threw the JT Realmuto 2 inches off the plate. And CB gave him a ha, and JT went, ooh, okay. And then he got back in the zone. He got the out, and I was like, oh, nice. Like, being able to take advantage of the benefit that was given to you. Also, no walks, 2 straight starts. Like, we could just keep saying Nolan McLean stats back and forth to each other. We could probably do that for the next 20 minutes.
He is so good. I mean, Is he the best pitcher in this rotation?
I mean,
Is that crazy? 3 starts?
We said that after the first start, and we forgot about David Peterson. So I think just as sticking with myself, to having to disrespect David Peterson to keep him good, I'll say yes, McLean is the best pitcher in this rotation. But again, it's just like seeing the weapons that he has, especially now seeing that at the major league level for multiple starts, being able to see the data, seeing the way hitters are responding, seeing how uncomfortable these Phillies guys look in the box. If you scroll Pitching Ninja's Twitter right now, it was half Nolan McLean tonight. He gave him an overlay. He was talking about curveballs. He was talking about sweepers. Like he featured 3 different Nolan McLean pitches on the page tonight. It's an uncomfortable at bat. It's a kid whose confidence just has to be through the fucking roof.
Yeah, I don't know if you could tell, but like his first at bat against Trey Turner, how he made Trey Turner look absolutely foolish in that one. I was like, I think we might be in for a really good game from Nolan McLean, and I didn't think it was going to be anywhere even close to what he gave us. I thought we were getting like 6 strong innings, maybe at 1 or 2 runs. To go 8, give up 0 like that against the Phillies lineup, a complete team as so deemed by James Shiano.
Most complete team in the league.
Most complete team in the league, as he says.
I stand by that. I stand by that 100%. But it's also like, to do this 2 times in a row against the Braves and Phillies?
Like our two fucking... our biggest fucking rivals.
Like, talk about getting thrown into the fucking fire. And also just doing some reflection about like how like a little frustrated we might have been about McLean not being here for those couple months where we were struggling. But at the same time, there's always such a butterfly effect with these things. And we do know that he has made some changes with his arm slot and the movement on the curveball and the cutter, especially. Like, consistency of those pitches wasn't really as there through those summer months. And again, like at this point, I wouldn't want to change anything in the space-time continuum that brought Nolan McLean to this moment. I wouldn't want to change a breakfast that he ate in 2019. Like I don't want to change a shirt that he wore in 2022. Like absolutely nothing.
He was late to high school in 2021 or wherever he was still in high school. Like
no moment from Nolan McLean's life to this point, any kind of change could have benefited how he's been these first 3 starts. Because it's like top of the career type stuff. First Met starting pitcher ever to win their first 3 starts.
Yeah, he feels a little different, feels a little exciting. I don't know about you guys, but every time he pitches at Citi Field, I'm going to make sure I am there.
Oh, totally. We got another one coming Friday.
I know. Jonathan, can you believe it?
This is also the thing where so much shit was thrown at David Stearns over the middle months of the season. Like, how could this guy have not gotten a pitcher? I can't believe this is happening. And then you look around the league right now, and Corbin Burns blew out his arm. Blake Snell is he's dealt with injuries this year, and he's not been super effective. Nathan Eovaldi just broke down finally, possibly for the last time. Jack Flaherty's fucking turbo dog shit. Jesus Luzardo's ERA is approaching 5. Like, seriously, like it's
turbo
like
dog shit's crazy.
All of the pitchers that were the big name guys this offseason, you look around and you're like, oh, I don't really want any of them on my team this badly. What?
Jack Flaherty is turbo dog shit.
You think I'm lying about this stuff? I'm the number 1 Jack Flaherty hater.
Oh my god! I thought he had like an ERA at like 3.8. Oh my god!
No, it's like 5.5. Oh yeah, 4.8 now. Oh, turbo dog shit.
Turbo dog shit's being nice. Jesus, yeah. I mean, like again, Matt Boyd was the miss, and people would have fucking gone ballistic if Matt Boyd was the big sign this offseason.
I'm pretty sure even Quintana's hurt right now. And again, we're still almost on the 1-year anniversary of Quintana's hot streak beginning, when last year he had a 5 ERA through 4 months of the season. Everyone that conveniently forgets. But it's just, I feel like knowing these demons were here, just absolutely waiting until the last moment, not shooting until they saw the whites of their eyes.
I am going to give some flowers as well. I saw this in the comment section, and people were right. Billy Epler.
Oh, for sure. Drafted him.
Drafted Jonathan. Listen, I think David Stearns got really good clay, and he sculpted it into a masterpiece. But he didn't get that clay without Billy Epler. Billy Epler, shout out to him. He's done a lot weirdly for this team as well to be as good as they are.
And also, shout out the scouting department, the amateur scouts, like the people in charge of player development. Like
Chris Christie's kid, right? What's his name? Andrew or something like that?
There's Andrew Christie. Let's go to the directory right now, because every single one of these guys deserves a shout out.
They're smacking. They're crushing.
And also, like, it seems like, again, we should probably know exactly who these guys have been and how long they've had these jobs. But there's continuity in the Mets' concepts in these drafts. Like, getting a Nolan McLean two-way guy, getting a Carson Bench two-way guy, getting a Mitch Voigt two-way guy in 3 consecutive drafts. Like, it does seem like, again, there is this continuity. Where Tong is the alien, that's totally separate.
Yeah, he was a 7th-round pick. Like, they were like, let's throw this dart at a board. And then they were like, oh, shit, it's a good dart.
They might have gotten Tong because of the 40-man caveat that Matt Eddy we talked to about. Now, he wrote into an article this week about the birth month of guys between May and June for 19-year-old draftees, pushing their 40-man clock back a full calendar year, where it's like, oh, I know I can develop this guy for 1 extra year before I actually have to bring him to the roster.
We know Billy Epler likes to manipulate.
Oh, we do know he loves to manipulate. I'm sure. And again, we'll never know whatever happened with the Billy Epler manipulation. Who was out to get him? But again, Andy Green, Chris Gross, Thomas Tanis, who's been here for a million years right now. Again, like there's been a lot of. While there has been turnover in that league of the executive, the Mets actually have begun to, for the first time. I mean, like there's consistency, there's process. Like Kylie McDaniel just named us #1 farm system in baseball, which is fucking sick.
Which remember when this year started, we were both like, we are not getting enough shine for how good this farm system
100%.
is. We're like, this is a top 10 farm system, no doubt.
Easy.
Baseball America was hip, of course. Shout out Matt Eddy, shout out everybody over there. Baseball America was hip. But Pipeline had us still in the middle of the pack towards the bottom half. ESPN was behind. It was like, we have data, we have numbers, you can see things. This was so fucking obvious that we have one of the best farm systems.
It was Buster Olney. It was like a year ago.
Oh,
he
yeah.
went online. He said the Mets have no pitchers in their system, and I don't know how they're going to build a rotation.
It's like, are you that fucking stupid? Are you that dense? I mean, we know he is, but...
I mean, it does probably come back to the fact that a lot of those guys, they're not in the weeds like us for individual teams. Like,
which is okay. But, like, also...
We're blessed to be able to do that.
I'll also tell you this. You say that. We're blessed, right? What else do they do all day? They do the same job.
You're right. You're right about that. But again, it's the same resources. So much about this is just knowing where to look. Simply that. And it's the same thing as what's going on with Chavez and Barnes. How well can you relay the information? How well can you take it in and then put it back out? Because that's what this is. And it's just, I don't know. Now I'm getting like cocky about the farm system.
Oh, yeah.
Jacob Reimer's destroying AA. Adrian Ewing is destroying AA. Jack Wenninger looks like a piece. Like the whole thing. It's getting crazy.
And like, I mean, if you want to look at one of the other top farm systems right now in baseball, it's where David Stearns just came from. The Brewers are just pumping out fucking units of prospects. It's crazy. Luis Pena and Jesus Mate are like 19 years old. They might be in the majors by next year.
Dude, it's even like the guys who are contributing like at the major league level who came out of nowhere. Guys like Blake Perkins, Monasterio, Isaac fucking Collins. Isaac Collins was cut by the Rockies as a minor leaguer. Released by the Rockies as a minor leaguer.
He'd be their best player.
Yeah, the 30-30 season in the minors, they were like, fuck it, we're out. Like, what do you... So it's, but then, that's like, at the end of the day, just having the consistency, the process, the adult in the room, like we say all the time, it means so much when you can stack up these good days, good weeks, good months, and good years on top of each other. Now, you can see the machine forming.
It's crazy what winning will do to my mental process. It's
insane.
Crazy.
Imagine after that Mariners game to right now, it's been 13 days, 12 days.
It's been like 2 weeks, basically.
2 weeks on Friday, 12 days.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty... It feels good to be a Met fan right now again, which is not something that we had felt in a minute.
No, and again, it's so funny, too. Like, though we were so bad.
Bad.
For 2 months.
So good for 2 months.
Even last week, we blew those horrible games against the Washington Nationals.
We blew a horrible game in this series.
We got it back though.
Got it back. Still no ninth inning comeback from down in the ninth inning. But
fuck that stat. Whatever.
Fuck that. I mean, it's an insane stat.
It is, but like at some point you just block out a 1-run game.
Probably, although the games are running out. Mets might not do it for an entire season, regular season.
Make the first one the playoffs. You know who? If the season ended today, you know what would happen.
Mets would be in the playoffs. We'd play the Phillies.
We'd play the Phillies.
But we would be in Citizens Bank Park. We got to get that game in Citi Field because we know.
Let's flip it.
We know. The article, I don't know who wrote it, James, but you were telling me. You showed it to me. The article about the Phillies and how we're in their fucking heads. I talked mentally how we physically beat them down, emotionally beat them down. The craziest one is how mentally destroyed this Phillies team is when they play specifically in Citi Field, talking about how they think the Mets have this like deep dive into all the little quirks that the Phillies pitchers and players could be doing, about where JT Realmuto sets up in the box. Like it's a level of paranoia I've truly never seen outside of the Yankees and the Astros.
And it's funny paranoia because it's the same thing that we talked about with the Braves over the last few years. That feels like now when they've helped us get over it because they suck.
They stink, yeah.
Hopefully they can give the Phillies a good series this week. We can keep making up some ground.
Let's go Braves.
Let's go Braves, baby. It's that disbelief of what's actually happening on the field in front of them. And you could see it so obviously, one, in that playoff series last year.
Yes.
And we began to feel that during that amazing 4-game series.
Tyler McGill.
Yes, the Tyler McGill, Zach Wheeler game. But that was series.
It's when the ball hit the fucking base, remember?
Yeah.
It's when the ball hit the base, all of a sudden, shit turned our way.
And the Phillies fans keep talking like the Mets keep blooping their way to victory. And someone in the Mets community quote tweeted it with a picture of all the Mets hard hit balls, like in that inning against Duran. Like, hey man, we were smacking them. Like
Yeah, piece them up.
It's the excuses that are like the fact that, oh, you guys actually really can't believe this. And then I don't think there's been a better metaphor, image, simile for all of that than your favorite Philly, my favorite Philly at this point too, Alec Bohm, pointing out to a little microphone that's been on the center field fence in Citi Field. We have photo and video evidence dating back to, I believe, 2017 that's been there. Diana, shout out Diana, the queen of Mets Twitter, found a double that Alec Bohm hit with that microphone up a few seasons ago in Citi Field. But for some reason, even after an RBI single, all of a sudden now I can't see the baseball. We need a 20-minute delay. My dad has to leave the game early to go catch the NJ Transit because Alec Bohm has to be a little whiny bitch. And then all of a sudden, the Mets go 13 unanswered runs.
Yeah, it's crazy that he did that because I think even Philly fans were like, "Shut the fuck up, dude." Did you see the post-game Phillies?
I've been watching it all week.
NBC Sports Philadelphia does the best job in the world as not a fan of the Phillies. And maybe even as a fan of the Phillies, you love it too because they live and die with every win and loss. Like you turn on that game, whether they win or lose, you have no idea what the record is on the season. Like the way that they react to losing these games against the Mets, you would think that like the Phillies are in dead last and that they haven't won a game in weeks. But that's also, they haven't won a game in Citi Field in a year. In a full calendar year, it's going to be the last time that they won a game in Citi Field. Like hearing Ricky Bottalico go off for a good 5 to 10 minutes about how Alec Bohm is such a baby to make that call and how dare he delay the game for 20 minutes. It fucked up Christopher Sanchez too. That was one of the underrated things in that as well.
Oh, it iced him. It kept him on the bench longer. That's very annoying, especially in an inning that nothing's really happening. Like to have a long inning as a pitcher, you can kind of get over it mentally.
If you're scoring runs.
My team got some runs. I'm feeling good right now. But then he comes back after that 20-minute delay. First time he's allowed 5 runs all season. Like something happened with the Mets where it was like,
I'll tell you what it is.
What?
James Shiano giving the pitching breakdowns. It's working. It's fucking working.
I nailed him again, too. Christopher Sanchez, swing early. Jesus Luzardo, wait. Taiwan Walker, there's going to be colors in the other half to the lefty. Just sit on those. And it's also, what was I going to say? I love also always watching these Phillies broadcasts. I think they are good. Like, if I'm watching a road game, I tune in all the time to McCarthy and Kruk.
McCarthy does a great job, and Kruk is their Keith. Kruk is awesome. Like,
incredible.
And they're homers, but they're homers appropriately.
Baseball announcers should be homers. There should be a regional element of baseball. That's how the sport was built. That's how the sport feels. Like I love hearing accents when I'm watching games of that region. But listening back, and everyone put it on Twitter. Shout out that guy, I'll troll for putting it on our Twitter as well. Listening to them call, especially the Brandon Nimmo walk-off single on Tuesday. It's like one of their cats died.
Yeah, a tragedy.
Yeah, I think he said the nightmare continues for the Phillies in Citi Field. Because I do think it's like 22 out of 26 the Mets have won in Citi Field over the Phillies, 9 in a row. It's just they were talking about Nolan McLean, the post game of Wednesday's game, like he was Steve Carlton. Like it's absolutely unbelievable the praise they're giving. And again, I think there is a situation with the Phillies of an Alec Bohm. Like I don't think they love him.
No,
anyone there?
I don't know who likes Alec Bohm, truthfully, besides like his family.
I'm sure his mother loves him deeply.
Yeah.
But it's just he kind of plays bad defense. He's never ever
he botched some balls in this series too. I shouldn't say he botched some balls, but he cannot make a play that's not hit directly out him and slow.
No, he like there was a couple where he'll go on the ground, but then the ball like bounce over like his neck.
Yeah, you're
and
like,
he'll try to like scoop it with his glove. I also told he picked up a lazy one late in the game, a tie game on Tuesday night after the Harrison Baylor home run. We'll get to negatives in a second, guys. We're still just gotta make fun of the Phillies.
There's only one.
No, there's 3.
Oh well, yeah. I forgot. We didn't get to talk about.
Yeah, but he went after a ball and just kind of like picked at it with his one hand. Didn't get behind it, came around it, no second hand. I was like, that guy gets on base. It's a different ball game. I couldn't believe the way he went after a ball. I remember last year in the playoffs when he got fucking benched
for Edmundo Sosa. Yeah,
Edmundo Sosa, I think, is a pretty good ball player. He's kind of been the glue of this infield.
He's taking over for Bryson Stott, so
at least playing against lefties for him. But it's just it's beautiful to see how much they now hate us because this has been a change from when we grew up. And the fact that it's so deep, Christopher Sanchez kicked a water cooler. Like, it's so deeply. The body language in these guys at the end of the game on Tuesday was miserable.
Jesus Luzardo fucking screaming at Soto for throwing the ball away and
then chirping the up again, ejected.
Yeah, like this team is pressing, and it's weird when you press when you have the lead that they do in the division with how many games you have to play. If I'm a Phillies fan, I feel very uncomfortable right now.
McCarthy, or was one of the guys in the postgame show after the Tuesday game, was referencing the tiebreaker And one of the guys
Oh,
was like,
we got it now.
They were like, why are you talking about the tiebreaker? It's a 5-game lead. He's like, if you watch this team play this team, like, I have no confidence that. And then someone's like, we hit the Malays against the Mets, but the Mets hit the Malays against everybody else, which those are also fighting words. It's just, and the only guy in this Phillies team that seems to have the vibes right now, oddly, is Harrison Bader.
Yeah.
Who came from the Mets. It feels like he had an amazing series in Citi Field this weekend.
He crushed
this week.
I mean, I told you Harrison Bader was going to be a good pickup. Like, he's a good ball player. And, I mean, that throw he made to get Lindor at second today was like...
it was also playing off the wall.
Yeah, he's one of the most fun defensive outfielders you can truly watch.
He definitely has the biggest hat in the league. I have not seen him make a catch this season, because I do watch too many Phillies games, where that hat stayed on his head. Every time he runs and gets the ball, and then he goes back, gets the hat, then goes to the dugout.
It's the flow.
Funny. Yeah, it's the whole thing. It's just, I don't know. I'm so pumped by this series. Like not everything. Three things that are not good happen, but seeing the body language of these guys, seeing the way the Mets are playing, seeing the joy, the consistency, how just hot everybody is, like, it is fucking awesome.
Can I hit us with a little DraftKings player spotlight real quick?
Sure, throw it up.
Jonah Tong is simply the player spotlight, making his debut on Friday against the Marlins against Yuri Perez, which is also going to be... I can't believe we're not going to be at this game.
I'm so mad, I know.
It's infuriating as a baseball fan. Watching it on TV is also going to be awesome because these are two of the best young pitchers in baseball, two of the most exciting guys. Yuri Perez is a freak. But like we said, the player spotlight's on Jonah Tong, making his debut. And I think similarly to McLean, I think they're going to let him ride, like see what he's got. I don't think there's going to be any kitty gloves with Jonah Tong.
Oh, yeah, that's why he's here. And I listened back to David Stern's press conference from the other day, and they were asking questions about Tong, like the things that he's done to be so impressive. And he highlighted a lot of things that we've been talking about. But one that we aren't really able to have because we don't get to watch these minor league games day in and day out. But one thing he said that he has the fastball. Like, that's unbelievable. Like, they know for a fact this fastball should play against major league hitters. Like, it's that good. It's that fast. He locates it well enough, like everything there. But they talked about something else that we were talking about with McLean, that we can see with McLean. Something I've talked about with you a few times. Remember, I had that little conversation with Brent Strom a few years ago. Yes. And he said this was the big thing. It's the poise. It's the response in bad situations. It's doing different things in the mound when you're behind in the count. It's not having bad body language. Or something goes wrong that's out of your control. You don't respond to bad calls from the ump. If a guy makes a bad play behind you, you shake it off. Like, having that maturity, the strong mentals, get your mentals right, get your chicken right, Marshawn Lynch. That's the thing that, especially as a 22-year-old kid who's flown through the minors, that could set him apart right away.
Yeah, I'm really excited to what he can do to this Marlins lineup because we talked about how they're missing their best left-handed hitter in Kyle Stowers. This team doesn't have Jesus Sanchez anymore. If you're looking at the left-handed hitters in this lineup that can do damage, it's not a scary lineup of lefties that Jonah Tong would have to face. So he's going to have a really good situation to come out and hopefully shove against this Marlins team. And similarly to Nolan McLean, I'm going to be taking the over on whatever the outs are going to be, and I'm assuming it's going to be around 15.5. So that seems to be the line usually for these guys making their debut. And if he is anything like Nolan McLean, which he's been better than he was in the minors, I mean, Jonah Tong should be really setting the world on fire, possibly.
No, Jonah Tong, different from McLean, didn't have such a pronounced lefty-righty split in the minor leagues. That was the thing with McLean. That's why he had to get over that hurdle to get called up. But he's a whip under one against both guys in the minors this year.
And like a whip under one for
everything.
600 days straight.
No, yeah, literally. And it's like he definitely strikes out more righties, but I think that's just like how well you can see the fastball thing. Like, it is silly. I'm curious about where DraftKings puts the strikeouts in a debut like this. Like, that's going to be interesting to me. Like, if it's 15 and a half outs, 6.5 Ks for a guy in his first start.
I think it's going to probably be in that 5.5 range. I think you're going to play the one inning, and 1 inning you're going to get 2. I think that's kind of the play from DraftKings side.
5.5 with juice?
Yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah? 5.5 minus 130.
Yeah, I think that's probably where you sit. So, I mean, either of those, though, I think are winning bets, and those would be ones that I'd be picking.
I'm scared that we're selling him too high, but I'm also not scared from looking at his stuff.
DraftKings Player Spotlight. There it is. Jonah Tong, you knew it was going to be him. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code FOUL. That's code FOUL for new customers to get $150 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY at 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly on behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas. 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio.
All right, I hate to do this to you guys, but we are going to have to talk a little bit about the negatives that we saw.
Good bit.
Keep us even. That's why you listen to the Mets'd podcast, the good, the bad, the ugly. There was some bad and there was definitely some ugly. Where do you want to start, James? The bad or the ugly?
Let's just start with the ugly. Let's rip it right off.
Ryan Helsley sucks.
Yeah.
He's really bad, and I don't know. Like, I hate narrative stuff because he still throws 102, and the slider is still nasty. It still moves a ton. He just might not be able to pitch in New York, and I'm really starting to get that feeling. Also, we have to kill Hell's Bells. We can't keep doing this.
I've been flipping back and forth on this whole Helsley thing a lot over the last few days. We talked about it because we were at both of these games on Monday and Tuesday when you came into both. Monday, I went to the bathroom during his inning. I was like, I don't want to watch this.
No,
we have a 7-run lead. I don't want to be a part of this at all. But Tuesday, I was at these two things at the same time, completely shocked that Carlos Mendoza went to him in a 2-run game because I know he was warming up on Monday when the game was a little bit closer, but not this close. And then on Friday, we saw him pitch in a low leverage spot. So I figured that he was going to stick with low leverage until he proved himself, dragged himself out of it. The flip side, if this is his entrance, we know how mental relieving is, pitching in relief. And we know his confidence is already fucking shaken because we saw that video of every single guy in the team patting him on the back, congratulating him after he came out of the game on Monday. You have to keep his confidence up. So if this is his song, that gets him hyped, you got to do it. And also at the same time, I told you this is the game. I don't have any proof of this. I saw a Twitter thread going around. I didn't really see any proof of it in there either. I think there's at least a chance he's tipping these pitches.
He's got to be because, like, my hypothesis, too, is that because he only throws the fastball up and the sinker is only down.
That's how it's been his whole career, though.
Sure, but maybe teams are just getting hip to it. Maybe
after 3 years, now they're hip?
Sure. I don't know. He pitched the NL Central. Like, for most of those years, that division had one good team. So, like, I don't know. There is something weird, and maybe in big game moments, like you mentioned, there could be a tip. There could be you could read the ball out of his hands easy. Like maybe in Citi Field you see the ball better out of his hands than when you did when you were in Busch Stadium. I don't know what it is, but my hypothesis was that because those two pitches are so drastically different as to where he throws them, that you can kind of just pick one. And he's not throwing the slider for strikes at all, unless he happens to hang one, which he usually surprises people. So if you see a pitch in the bottom of the zone, you can almost just spit on it because you're like, chances are that thing's going to be a ball. And it felt like the Phillies hitters were just dead red fastball. You're not going to beat me with a fastball.
Very funny that the only guy that he was able to get out was Alec Bohm on a strikeout after he fell behind 2-0. But like in Helsley's career, he has put the slider in both spots, even this year as well. Like he's thrown it for a strike. He's also thrown it in dirt for swings and misses. And he threw one in that inning to Castellanos that for a second, because it was the first pitch of his at-bat, right after he struck out Bohm, going back from 2-0. And first pitch, he dropped a disgusting slider that bounced, and Castellanos was like, whoa. And I was like, please, dear Lord, let him be back. But then after that, he missed badly with a few, and the fastball was in their zone. But like in the last two outings, to find any shred of confidence whatsoever, it was still fastballs above the belt, sliders below it. So like if you're able to keep those starting in the same spot until the last second, which he was able to do for a moment, it's there. But he's shot mentally. Yeah. Harrison Bader knew exactly what was going to come, and he's going to get a fastball middle in.
I think everybody in the stadium knew that was going to happen.
And he was so ahead and hit that pitch so far that Helsley threw him. That ball was a moonshot, and it really briefly sucked the life out of that ballpark.
Oh yeah, I was distraught.
You were pissed. You were freaking out.
I was mad because it's just like
a tantrum.
I don't know how many times we can see this happen over and over again. Again, it's the insanity thing. It's like, oh my God. And guess what? Ryan Helsley is going to pitch big games in the playoffs, and Ryan Helsley is going to get big outs. I actually have no doubt in it. But right now, he's broken. Like Ryan Stanek was unpitchable last year. He was horrible. Phil Maton at one point was terrible. And then they got major outs in the postseason for us. Like they were huge. So in the moment, my like DFA Helsley tweet, like I was throwing a tantrum. I was having a meltdown 100%. He can't keep getting away with this. But at the same time, he still throws 102. He can't actually suck. He just might suck right now.
Yes, and I think that's the part that we all have to take with this. And that's important here because just like the lesson we've taken from the hitting over the last few months, you know it's in there somewhere.
Yes.
You just have to find it. And again, like understanding who Mendoza is as a manager, as a player's manager. He knows that to get Helsley back right, he's got to keep the confidence up. And to keep his confidence back up, you play the stupid fucking song, and you bring him in the 8th inning in a 2-run game.
I can't do Hells Bells anymore.
And there was a brief moment in that inning when he threw that first slide to Castellanos where I was like, oh my God. And then maybe it was a pitch calling thing, because you threw him 2 straight sliders that were both close.
Spit on him, though.
I know. That was where I was like, what's actually going on here? Did Castellanos also is the kind of guy who would pick up something like that and who'd be able to pass that along. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like respect. How was the word here I'm looking for?
I know. I respect Nick Castellanos as a player. I do.
I at this point in Castellanos' career, he doesn't have that much physically he can offer this team anymore. But as a ball player, like he is absolutely like a consummate professional on the field. Like he'd be the guy that picks something like that up. And then I was also pissed because after that Bader home run, the 3rd bat of the inning, for some reason, Carlos Mendoza did leave him in the game. The first pitch against Bryce Stott, he threw over the backstop, and then he wound up walking him. Then Edwin comes in, and Bryce Stott steals 2 bases, and you have to be a magician to get out of it. But Edwin Diaz is a magician. I don't think we've even given him enough credit for how good he's been this season.
What about if he comes out the highway to hell? Like, can we get a different Hell song? Hellraiser by Ozzy Osbourne? Hell Night by Pooh Shiesty? I doubt he's going to put a Pooh Shiesty on there.
Doubt it.
Hell of a Life, Kanye West? I mean, could we just maybe a different Hell song? Because Hell's Bells ain't working.
I'm down for everything. You know what? Let's see what happens in this Marlins series. But I think road trip will not be the worst thing for Helsley right now.
Hell yeah would be a good one. Rev Theory. Shout out Blue Mountain State. That would be a killer walkout.
That would be a good one. And also, the beauty of this game, though, on the flip side, we did the same thing, Johan Duran. We actually did the worst to him. He didn't even get an out. Ryan Helsley got an out. Johan Duran got no outs. He gave up 4 singles to lose.
What was interesting is he threw those splitters early on, and nobody touched him, and then it felt like he just went away from it and was like fastball, curveball, which I don't know why he would do that.
He also was a little too in the zone, I felt like. I feel like a guy like Duran, you could just kind of put that, I mean, I don't know. Like, this was another time where it felt like there was a plan that was executed.
Also, maybe, I was going to say, tip the cap. Mets hitters were better. Like, sometimes the hitters are better. That can happen. We saw it with Edwin Diaz for years. The hitters could be better.
And a cool little moment for this Mets team to not let the Helsley implosion, because we know how many bullpen implosions this team has seen over the past 2 months, not let that get in their heads, pick their guy up, let the story be a dramatic walk-off victory and not Ryan Helsley's disaster. That was still part of the story, no doubt about that, but it's really cool that we got to change that narrative in real time.
Okay, so now to the bad, right?
Some more bad, yeah.
Kodai Senga looks
bad.
Cooked.
Terrible.
But silver lining, maybe 6-day or 6-man rotation will really help, because right now he is incapable on pitching on normal's rest.
He kind of always has been. We went into this start, you and I talking that afternoon, being like, I don't think there's any way Kodai's going to pitch good. And we're like, all right, so for us to win this game, we have to bomb Christopher Sanchez. We're like, we're not going to bomb Christopher Sanchez. That's how stupid we are.
We did.
But we did bomb Christopher Sanchez. It all worked out. But at least with Kodai, there was a moment in this game where he did something really relevant to have helped this team. And that was in that 4th inning. He gives up an infield single to Bader's, the 8-hitter, and a walk to Bryson Stott's, the 9-hitter. And already down 3-0. The Phillies had 2 on, none out, and the top of the order coming up. And he toughed up. He got Turner, Schwarber, Harper, 1-2-3 to end that inning, struck out Harper with he threw him a 68-mile-an-hour curveball, 64-mile-an-hour curveball, the first pitch. The whole stadium went, whoa. And that was the moment where you're like, all right, cool. This is the Kodai pitchability that we can remember.
The moment that, shout out Clay, we're sitting together, I said, if Kodai Senga strikes out Bryce Harper right now, the Mets win this baseball game. Bang, nailed it.
And then immediately we take the momentum back. Watch those singles start the next inning. Starling Marte race him on double play. Then again, single, double, single, walk, single. We take back over. And also, like, looking back through Kodai, I hate to try to Monday morning quarterback these things, but everyone calls me Monday morning quarterback, so I'm going to do it anyway. Trey Turner triple to start the game. Tyrone Taylor dove for a ball that was 12 feet away from him.
He wasn't even close.
If he just plays out of bounds, that's probably a double, but like you could even help him to a single. And then like that ends up bringing him a run, a ground ball. And then Alec Bohm hits a dinky-ass single to drive in the 2 runs also before that. The classic Alec Bohm opposite field single on the outside fastball that you love so much. So it's still bad. Like watching Kodai, you can still see that he just looks so predictable with his sequencing.
Yes.
It's fastball cutter, and then he tries to do a fork. If he gets ahead, he'll try to do another fork. He just can't look at the fastball or the cutter. Like it is definitely bad, and it's been bad since he came off the injured list. But he's another guy similar to Helsley, where if it just snapped in 1 second, I wouldn't be shocked either.
I can see the light at the end of the tunnel with him. I don't see it just yet with Helsley until he actually like does anything good for us, because he hasn't really done that yet. Where with Kodai, I'm like, the ghost fork is still one of the best pitches in baseball. Like, it seems like it's just like a tighten things up a little bit. And I don't mean like him tighten up as a player, but like tighten up the pitch command, tighten up the sequencing like you mentioned. It's just little tweaks that probably are the difference for a guy like Kodai. Because right now, you mentioned it perfectly, he's not fooling anybody.
No, and this was the first start. He did fool them a teeny tiny bit more. The over 50% chase rate on that ghost fork is like 1 month high for Kodai, which again, these are little things we're trying to watch out for. But also, similar to the next guy we're going to talk about, Sean Manaea, it just feels like a wall gets hit.
Yeah.
And again, like this kind of the opposite we're saying with Kodai, because he did toughen up in that 4th inning, but then even coming back out for the 5th, like after that, it seemed like he did leave it all out there because then he has an 8-pitch battle Real Muto. He hits him with 2 strikes. And then Jose Castillo gets a double play, and all hell winds up breaking loose with the microphone in center field.
Yeah, which, we scored some runs, so we're feeling good. That one's not that bad. But Sean Manaea is also a little bit concerning, too, because it's he's back to barely being a 5-and-dive guy right now. He is so good through the first 4, and he can't finish 5. Can't finish it. Like, 8 strikeouts. Fantastic. He was getting whiffs. Like, it is always so surprising to watch because he does it in such an unconventional way, and it's because he has that weird arm slot. Like, we know, I don't want to say the gimmicks, but we know all the reasons why Sean Manaea is able to be better than what you'd expect. But the fact that he cannot give any sort of length, and it's continuous. Like, it's been a month and a half now where he's not going any deeper into games. Maybe, is this thing where the Mets just got to be like, because I told you coming into the game, I was like, 4 good innings, get him out of there. Like, I don't need him to push it to the 5th. We have the bullpen, but we keep trying it because you probably do need it, but I don't know. It's weird.
It's the same thing that kind of happens every time. It's that 70, 75 pitch mark, and all of a sudden he goes away. Manaea's velocity peaked in this game at 94 miles per hour in the 3rd inning, late in the 3rd inning, and then he just trickled down all the way until the end. He's able to get the tiny spikes, but when he gets the spikes, he gives us some command, he gives us some mechanics to do it. He also had like a 10 mile per hour almost gradient with his sweeper in this game, which is really strange. I know sometimes he like gets more movement, less movement, takes something off that. He's good at manipulating that pitch, especially when he has to throw it against the righties, but it's just, it feels like he's so clearly pitching injured, and knowing that it's okay to just treat him as a 75 pitch guy. Like, I think that maybe there's a lack of communication happening between him and the team, because it seems like knowing these things, seeing these things, if we can see these things, they can see these things. And at the same time with that, they know more than us, so maybe there is a communication happening that we're not aware of, but it's just, he came out for that 5th inning, and immediately you're like, he's got nothing. Yeah. Like it comes and goes like that. You could feel it. Everyone knows it. He's not getting any more fastballs above 91. It's just bang. They're all of a sudden just hitting him every which way. And then also, I thought it was right that they pulled him when he did.
Yes.
To bring in Gregory Soto for Schwarber and Harper. Soto did not get the job done, but that was the right process.
Yeah, no, I agree. I thought that was the exact right time to use. So that's why you got him there. You literally got him for Schwarber Harper. Like, that's why he is on this team. Because as much as we love Brooks Raley, Gregory Soto is a much tougher at bat against lefties than Brooks Raley is going to be.
Absolutely. And I know he walked Schwarber. That was the problem, walking Schwarber, going down 3-0 against him. You don't want to do that. Once you're down 3-0 against Kyle Schwarber and there's already someone on second base, like, I'm fine with just letting that happen. But the Harper at bat, he buried the sinker on his hands, and Harper just nubbed it out there. Like, just good piece of hitting from a Hall of Famer. It's just you tip the cap. But
that's probably also just like being a teammate and just knowing Soto a little bit too.
Totally, yeah. Like, I know he's going to come into me. I just got to get my hands inside this ball and just literally try to drop it behind an infielder. And that's what he did. It was great. And again, we still won.
Yeah, still won. The one thing I'm going to say about Manaea, too, going back to the 4-inning thing, is that I know there's a lot of negative connotation around not being able to go 5 innings.
For sure.
But if pushing to 5 innings means that you give the team less of a chance to win than if you go 4, it doesn't matter. You go 4. That's the right choice.
And this is now 5 consecutive starts where he's given up runs exactly in the 4th or 5th innings.
Yeah, I mean, basically since Cleveland, right? At the beginning of the month?
I think wasn't the first one to start a game before that?
I mean, I guess Cleveland, technically, he did go 5 2/3, so it might be the Milwaukee one then.
Yeah, but there was the one, I think maybe the Cleveland one, because that was when we were in the ballpark. I saw an 89, I pointed to you, I was like, he's done.
That's it.
But also, he had 19 swings and misses. He had 8 strikeouts. Like, we see the upside for Nye that's still there, but it's just not the stamina they had last season. And at the end of the day, that might just be okay. And there's reinforcements coming again. Tong's pitching on Friday. Tyler McGill's about to throw 80 pitches in rehab start. He's been decimating minor league hitters. For whatever role he's going to be in, Like, that's a lot of volume that you can add to this pitching staff in this spot, and you can begin to get creative.
Now, I know Manaea has been pitching in the minors before this, but at the major league level, he's pitched since July 13th, right? So it's it's about a month and a half, we'll say.
Yeah.
This is going to be a weird take that I'm going to have, but I'm just bear with me.
Spring training.
Spring training.
This is it.
This is spring training. I think that listen, I want the training wheels to come off very soon. I would like to see Sean Manaea go back to if they can go back to the Sean Manaea that we know he can be based on what he is last year. But maybe this is just all the buildup for when the games matter at the end, and we might get a better version of him maybe at the end of September than we do right now, because it's just he didn't have spring training. He did not have it. It's an objectable truth, kind of like we saw with Blake Snell in the past too. I'm not comparing the two as actual quality pitchers, but the process of being that his season was delayed, and it does feel like, I mean, you look at spring training starts, you get like 70, 75 by the end of spring training, and then opening day, you hope to get to 80, 90, and then by the midseason, you're in the 100 level.
Totally, and this also probably is a bit of a pride thing for Sean Manaea.
Yes.
He's the kind of guy who signs the contract he signed after the season he had last year, and he's basically like, my man raised no bitch. Like, I'm here to
He's a
pitch.
gamer.
I say I'm here to give this team innings. Like, he was the innings eater last year. The Mets don't make the playoffs last year without Sean Manaea going deep into every single one of those games after I jinxed him after July. Like, that is who he is. So, and there's also kind of a thing where
I'll also say this too.
what?
It took him 4 months to be able to
Yeah,
go 7
it did
innings.
take him a long time
It
that
might
time,
just
too.
take him a long fucking time. Maybe that's it.
Sean Manaea also, in the past, he's talked about this himself, that he kind of struggles sometimes with taking care of his body. So I can see with a layoff like that, especially with all the arm trouble he had, like there's a lot of conflicting factors here. And also, this is the thing where I think a lot of people sometimes think that David Stearns is like a full puppet master running this team from the top.
Yes.
This seems like a clear and obvious situation where Carlos Mendoza is making these decisions.
Yes.
Because it feels like David Stearns would be like, 4 innings, thank you so
Get
much.
him out. Thank you. He has no problem doing that. He's done that many times.
But pushing Sean Manaea through the 5th inning every single time is the exact same thing at a different moment in the game as Carlos Mendoza still giving Ryan Helsley the 8th inning. That's my guy. That's what I know he wants to do. I want to build his confidence. Like, this is the opposite of the Blake Snell, Kevin Cash. And I think that probably is a part of that. And you know what? Maybe it's like the bats where you got to go through a bunch of this bullshit, and then once you do get over the hump, there's exponential rewards.
Yeah, no, I think that's very well said. Anything else to talk about this, or I think that's pretty much it, right?
I don't know, we did a full hour on the Phillies series, and I feel like we could just do more. We could even do much more, but we got to move on.
AJ, I'm on my phone right now in Arena Club, and I'm looking at the Emerald slab packs, and I see in the Grail a Bobby Witt Jr. 2020 Bowman Chrome Prospect Auto Gold Refractor card.
Give me that. Give me your phone. I'm gonna get you to
you gotta
transfer
buy
that to me.
I don't have it. You
I thought you had it.
Get a slab pack. No, I don't have that.
Then give me your slab pack.
That
Scott.
card's worth
You buy
a lot.
me slab packs, Scott, so I can get the Bobby Witt Jr. Gold Refractor 2020 Bowman Chrome Auto, because that sounds awesome.
And it's worth a lot.
It's worth a lot. He's a stud. He's not going down. Get a Grail. Get a Grail. I want a Grail, Scott. Give me the Holy Grail. You do it.
To do that, you must get yourself a slab pack in Arena Club, or if you want to get it for a friend, you can do that too. And right now, you can get 20% off your first slab pack or your first card purchase. If you're going on there and you're just like, hey, I want a specific card, I find it there, I want to grab it for my showroom, arenaclub.com/foul, and use the code FOUL.
Yeah, we got to move on. We got to preview the Marlins series. I haven't seen them in a minute.
No,
And this Marlins team
long
has been better than we expected. Shout out James. These are James's Marlins.
These are my Marlins.
Because we know I'm a mega Marlins hater.
No reason.
But this is still a team that we should be able to beat very simply and easily.
Definitely. This team looks a lot different because of the loss of Kyle Stowers, like you talked about in the Jonah Tong segment we did like a half hour ago at this point. But it's more than anything else. This Marlins team is built on the back of what is, and I told you this at the time, this was my take, an objectively very good pitching staff. And we're going to get 3 really good pitchers in this series. It's going to be a really good test for what this Mets offense is and can be and has shown over the last few weeks. But for pitching matchups, 4-game series. Thursday night, 7 o'clock, Clay Holmes versus Adam Mazur. Friday night, Bailey Vanesov, Jonah Tong versus Yuri Perez. Saturday, 4 p.m., Bailey Vanesov, David Peterson versus my guy Edward Cabrera. And then Sunday, 1:40, Kodai Senga against the newly red-hot Sandy Alcantara.
Perfect. Just in time for him to throw a complete game shutout.
Perfect. Just in time for no one to have traded for him.
Yeah. I don't have the high hopes of the pitching staff like you do, but that's why you're going to tell us why
Those
they're
three
so
guys,
good right
dude,
now.
those-
You're going to tell us right now why they're so good. So give us a little breakdown of what we're going to see from these pitchers.
Adam Mazur has he was part of one of these trades the Marlins made last year because he
was
also
with
was a Padres
the
guy.
Padres.
Was he
and
Rise?
I'm gonna say he was. Oh, he was Tanner Scott and Brian Hoeing.
That was it. He was along with Robbie Snelling, who's dominating the minor leagues right now.
Yeah, Robbie Snelling's good, but what a bizarre trade looking back on that now.
Yeah, it's a funny one. But I mean, Tanner Scott went into reliever, and you got Robbie Snelling, who could legitimately be like a 2 or 3 starter for years to come. But Mazur has a strike throwing problem. He is breaking balls, and he just kind of hopes to get ahead of you with them, and then he can sneak in the fastball and the sinker. It's a wide arsenal, but it's nothing that is the most impressive stuff-wise. He's a wait-and-see pitcher. You wear him out, and you get to this Marlins bullpen.
This is a little interesting background on Adam Mazur. First off, middle name McKinley, McKinnlee. Never seen McKinley spelled that way. Second funny thing, he's a Minnesota guy. Always cool to see cold weather state guys.
Went to Iowa.
Make it to, and you know where he went before that?
Where?
South Dakota State. This is like
Wow.
one of the most untraditional baseball paths, while also still being at major universities.
And also actually building a wide repertoire off of like pitching 3 months a year outdoors.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
That's pretty cool. But the other guys we're going to see in the series are objectively monsters. Like Yuri Cabrera, Alcantara.
No, I agree.
Like, if you had to put up every top 3 in the National League rotation right now,
Give
those
me
guys,
McLean, give me Tong, give me Peterson.
those 3 have a claim, and they all do it in like super different ways. Also, it's going to be funny.
Ooh,
Nah, you
almost
get
got it.
Got the mosquito in here.
He's been zipping around your
I
head.
know. I gotta find him. I gotta find him. Get a big bite
Mr.
in the fucking
Miyagi.
head. But I'll get him at some point. Yuri Perez is an animal. He already. You got one too?
I think I did.
Wow,
I think
we
I
got double.
accidentally got it when I clapped just now.
After an hour of the Messed Up podcast, you get bugs. You get bugs in the room.
Remember the
But
bat?
Remember the bat? Holy shit, the bat. That was so funny. We had a bat live in the podcast. Good times. Kind of. Yuri Perez is 6'8". He's 22 years old. Is Tom younger than him? Tom might be the youngest starting pitcher in the league now. That's
Let's
funny.
see.
But 6'8", like if you had to tell me in 5 years, tell me who the best pitcher in the league is, there's a good chance I would tell you it's Yuri Perez. The guy sits 98. He's got an explosive fastball. He gets all the way down the mound on you. Like it's a monster.
Joe Tong younger.
Nice. Let's go. This might be the first time Yuri's ever starting against a guy younger than him. But Chong also has more extension than Yuri, even though he's 7 inches shorter, which is really funny.
I told Alex about his extension being 6'1". He's like, "What's wrong with this guy? How can he do that?" I'm like, "We don't know. We have no clue."
He's a little freak, but Yuri, while he's been so dominant this year, like it's a 3.4 ERA and an 0.98 WHIP in his first half season back off Tommy John surgery.
Come on, you got it. Did you catch him?
Missed him.
Ah, dang.
Ooh, nailed him.
Got him.
No, I missed him.
Oh,
You gotta be kidding me.
come
Wait, is he on my
on.
hand anywhere? I really thought I got
People
him.
just want to hear about Yuri Perez.
I know, and I'm just making him wait. It's an explosive fastball, but the one thing he's not been able to do in return from Tommy John surgery is really command the breaking ball. So strike one will be a really big pitch for Yuri. How he sequences versus these Mets, how many fastballs he gives, especially to the lefties right away. That's how you can get him. He's had some good, some bad recently, but that is the way to get Yuri Perez, if there is a way to get Yuri Perez.
I imagine Keith is going to be oogling and ogling over Yuri Perez.
Also, the Mets
As he
booth,
should.
we've been some of the staunchest supporters of Edward Cabrera during all the trials and tribulations the last few years. It's been me, it's been Ron, and it's been Keith, and it's been Gary. The only people left in your Edward Cabrera's corner. And now he's finally turned the page, and he's just despicably good again. You're going to see 95-mile-an-hour changeups from Edward Cabrera in this game. He's insanely good.
Yeah, I'll just trust you. I'm not going to say anything.
I don't know. I mean, again, he definitely could have a blow-up start. The command's still bad. He did the cool thing this year, made an adjustment where he was never able to throw any strikes. That was Edward
No,
Cabrera's
never
problem
could.
forever. He slowly dropped his arm slot a tiny bit, just a few degrees. That helped him get a little bit more drop on his sinker, turn into a pitch that's now become his primary pitch against right-handed batters. Just in general, literally for Edward Cabrera, the only thing he needed was strike one because he throws 100 miles an hour. He has the insane changeup. I see him.
Come on, did you get him?
Yep, nailed him.
Nice.
Finally, bang.
Got his ass.
Let's go. He's got the crazy slider. He's got the crazy changeup, the curveball. Like, there's so many weapons off of that. And just dropping the arm slide a teeny tiny bit, getting a little bit more drop on that sinker, has just changed everything for him so he can get strike one.
Another thing to note, if Augustine Ramirez catches in this series, the Mets might steal 10 bases in one game.
Yeah, you stole my next point. That's
Nice.
my guy. The Marlins have given up 25 more stolen bases than every team in the league at this point. Augustine Ramirez gives up like 1.2 stolen bases per start. Well, he's been a pretty exciting hitter. He hits the ball crazy hard. He lifts it, he pulls it. Mark hates him because he used to be a Yankee. He's a fucking abomination behind the plate.
I can't even. I don't even get to say my opinions because I don't want to do it right now. But I'll say it after the series.
This is major rubber meets the road because the Mets are the most efficient base stealing team in the league, and the Marlins give up by far the most stolen bases in all of baseball.
Yeah. The rest of this team offensively is weird.
Yeah.
Jacob Marcy has been lighting the world on fire. I'll tell you what, I don't know how long it's going to last because under the hood, the stuff's not that sticky with how hard he hits the baseball.
Are you sure about that?
He hit 107 max exit velo.
That's the max, I know. But he's right now through, I think it's like 20 games now.
He's got also horrendous bat speed.
No, the bat speed, it's like the same as Mark Vientos.
Yeah,
It's like 71 miles per hour.
Bad.
Yeah. It's bad, but he's that kind of weird guy where he's got to square it up. Like, I don't think he's going to, like, I think he maxed out like a 15 homer guy.
Oh, sure. Yeah. I mean, right now he's got 1100 OPS. That was kind of more what I'm talking about.
But I think he does have the upside to be like a near 800 OPS guy because it's so much contact and he's so good at getting the bat head on the ball. He literally never ever chases.
But he strikes out though.
Yeah, 'cause he swings a lot. Boy's a hacker.
I mean, he plays a nice center field. There's no doubt about that.
And he's fast as shit. Another cold weather guy too. My boy, Central Michigan, Chippewa.
Eric Wagaman takes war hacks. If you guys want to see someone who's going to take the hardest swings you'll ever see, he's up there. Heriberto Hernandez. He was a guy who...
It was fun. Race.
What was his original trade? Because he was...
It was second baseman, Rangers. What was his name?
Yeah, he got traded for Basabe. So it was...
It was one before that, wasn't it?
No, it was Oslavis Basabe to the Rays for Jake Gunther and Nathaniel Lowe.
There was one originally, too. I really think another one.
I'm looking at it. I'm looking at his transactions.
Oh, there weren't two?
No, he came from the Rangers, went to the Rays.
Like a Fairbanks trade, I think, because he was a Rangers trade, too. That was
went to the Rays, and then the Rays had enough of him. So he's an interesting player. What do we got on him? Anything? He's, like, hitting well?
Oh, he hits the ball hard, but he's a hacker.
Okay.
He just take war hacks.
Sounds like don't throw him strikes.
Yeah, he doesn't chase, but he swings and misses all the time.
Anything else weird with this team? Oh, they got Joey Weimer up.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Shout out my boy Joey Weimer, and Maximo Acosta has been playing a little bit too. I don't know too much about him.
I mean, he's if you want to look for a Marlins guy, it's like a 5'9" short second baseman.
Javier Sanoja.
Yeah, Javier Sanoja threw 2 shutout innings in the game against the Braves on Wednesday.
More than Ryan Helsley.
Xavier Edwards threw. He's been pretty hot over the second half after a really bad first half. Liam Hicks, the other catcher in the Marlins, also like kind of having a good year.
Rule 5.
Yeah, Rule 5 guy. He's maintaining a 260 average and like a league average OPS, which is pretty solid.
That's fantastic.
Alo Lopez, I remember we saw him early in the season. People were like, Alo Lopez becoming a star. He's not, but he's a good ball player.
Sure.
He plays a good enough shortstop.
Yes. So is Anthony Volpe.
Remember the catch Dane Myers made, or is that Derek Hill at Citi Field?
Man.
That cold. Remember how cold that series was? How's the last time we played them?
I really don't like this question.
No?
No, I don't like this one. I plead the fifth.
All right, that's fine. Fair. But last time we played this team, it was like 41 degrees to give you a sense of how long it's been.
The last game that we played against them, I was sitting in the Cadillac Club with Wardy.
Yeah, freezing your ass off.
Yeah, which was insane. I couldn't believe that.
But again, without Kyle Stowers, the lineup definitely loses a lot. But after Adam Mazer, Perez, Cabrera, Alcantara, that's 3-head monster. Those are 3 very serious starting pitchers. Those are 3 starting pitchers where if the Marlins get any luck with some of these guys they're developing, or just a full year of Stowers and like Marcy together, possibly like a 2-3 guys in the lineup, they're probably only like 2, if they could actually keep those guys, those pitchers, like probably 2 years away from actually like relatively competing to Marlins standards.
Yeah, and I mean, get to that bullpen too. Bullpen's hittable. Very, very hittable.
Incredibly hittable. But is it time? What?
Oh, no. I misread who this guy was. Okay. I was confused for a second who was pitching.
I think it's time to close it out, and the only way we know how to.
Oh, wait. No, I wasn't lying. I'm sorry. Hold on. Tyler Zuber, former Met Twitter king.
Oh, yeah, he is. Yeah.
He's on the Marlins. And also Tyler Phillips, if you guys haven't seen the viral clips of him, beats the piss out of himself before he comes onto the field. Slaps the shit out of himself.
Slaps himself in the face, like, a lot.
All right.
Before we get to the long-awaited Frankie Peppers, who was once again saved the season with the bolognese recipe, I want to shout out one listener who sent us a very nice DM on Instagram, Miss Jody.
Shout out Jody.
Shout out Jody. Jody told us, I'm a 62-year-old woman who has been a Mets fan for 50 years. I absolutely love you both. You are so smart and balanced and knowledgeable about the game. You are both obviously educated and good men. I appreciate you. Most of the Mets podcasts are a level or 2 below. Be well.
Wow. Very nice from Jody. Shout out Jody.
Good men. I've never been called a good man like that.
It's a good one from an outside source. Those are usually like your parents, but you're a good man.
Totally. Maybe we just crush the 60 plus division.
If you're a 60+ woman, let us know if we're crushing it.
Chill. All right. Now here he is. A quick one from our king. The reason for this turnaround. Frankie Peppers.
Gentlemen, this is Frankie Peppers. How you doing? I'm at the Systems Down, the Systems Are Down show. The Systems of a Down show, that's what it is. And the Corns just were on. They were really good. But it's a little quiet right now. The game is in the 7th inning. Juan Vientos just hit that 2-run homer. Things are looking up. If we lose, I'm going to sound like a real moron for this one. But hey, that's okay. I'm here with my friend, Jerome. Say hi, please. Sugar!
Okay.
That's my friend. Anyway, boys, hope you had a good episode, and I'll talk to you soon because I can't hear anything right now. Bye. Let's go, Mets.
I mean, we just added a new character to the Frankie Peppers lore. We got Jerome.
Yeah, Jerome's in there, ready to go. And also, again, if you guys do wind up making a bolognese this weekend, send it to us. Tag us on Twitter. Get you that retweet from the Mets'd Twitter account because these bolognese keep coming in. This team just keeps hitting.
It's honestly crazy you guys are doing that. Trust the sauce.
It's a good recipe.
Trust the sauce. Frankie Peppers, shout out him. Shout out the Mets. Let's win the series against the Marlins.
Shout out
keep
Jody.
on rolling. Shout out Jody. Shout out the 60-year-old women. Let's keep going. Let's keep winning some games. Shout out the Mets. That's it. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you for watching. James promised the people an hour-long episode. We gave you an hour-long episode.
Oh, yeah.
Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, at Mets'd Up. You want to see the YouTube version, see our pretty faces. Mets'd Up Podcast on YouTube. If you're listening to us, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, drop us a rating, drop us a review, download, and subscribe. You can follow James on social media at
James Shiano.
And I'm Draftneck Mark with a C. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you for watching. We will catch you all on the next episode after Labor Day.
After Labor Day, good update. And there's a second mosquito. There's a second mosquito.
How do you
in
have
the
so
room.
many bugs in there?
I don't know. I got the wall unit, But
A lot of bugs.
after Labor Day, no episode Monday. Tuesday, when everyone's back at work, that's going to be the episode. So that's next episode, Tuesday.
We'll see you then. Thanks for listening, guys. Peace out.
Peace out. Let's go Mets.